Hello there, Matthew here with another exercise video for neurological conditions. Before we begin, I thought it would be a good opportunity to just explain a bit more about these videos. The exercises in these videos are very general. For that reason, I would encourage you to pause the videos, and if you have any specifically prescribed exercises from your physiotherapist or neurophysio, I would absolutely recommend taking the time to do them alongside these exercises. Likewise, if there's any of these exercises that are too difficult for you, don't feel any pressure to perform them. So, we won't need much for today. A TheraBand or resistance band of some sort, and I'm using a pin again, but to be honest, a rolling pin would be your best bet. We're going to use it for foam rolling in our cool down. We're just going to get started. Sit up nice and tall, make sure your back's not touching the back of the chair. Breathe in, look up, push your tummy out, and as you breathe out, look down and let your back round. Lower back will touch the back of the chair. We'll go for 6 of these sit to slouches. Now, this is something that you should probably be doing multiple times throughout the day. I know that when you're seated a lot, it's really easy to lose posture and just slouch. Okay, then hands down by your side. Make sure you're sitting up straight whilst you do this and your tummy muscles are engaged, feet are firmly on the floor, just small bends from side to side. And you might want to increase the range of motion for each bend that you do. Just remember not to start too aggressively, gradually build up as you go. And now we're going to go into side twists. So start with your neck, just turning to the side, and then your body will slowly follow. Make sure that again you're sitting up straight, you're not slouching whilst you do this. Try and engage the muscles in your core. Okay, so that's a really basic circuit just to get us warmed up and moving. You might want to repeat it twice. Pause the video now to do that. Grab your TheraBand and just keep it handy for now. We're going to use it in the next exercise. Okay, hands out in front of you with your palms pointing at the floor. You're going to touch your shoulders, you're going to go out to the side, and then you're going to go up. Since everything has to have a catchy name, these are called shoulder stars. Now go with your palms pointing up towards the ceiling. Work slightly different muscles. So if any of you ever hear about your physiotherapist saying external rotation, that's what we're trying to do there. Now after a while, you might start to feel your shoulder muscles working. That's absolutely fine. Now, grab your band, hold on to it in each hand with your palms pointing towards the ceiling. Shoulder W's, or shoulder external rotations if you want to be technical. Now try and imagine that someone's hugging you really tightly and you can't move your elbows out to the side. You want to keep your elbows pinned into your side as best you can. And then we're going to pull our hands outwards and slightly up. Repeat this for up to 12 repetitions or until you start to feel fatigued. Now that may have actually been quite challenging, so we're going to go to a nice easy exercise now, a little bit of active recovery. Just shoulder circles, nice and easy. That's a really straightforward circuit to build up our body strength. Repeat it twice. Loop your band around your knees or tie it if it's a TheraBand. Make sure you're sitting up straight and you're going to push your knees apart with the resistance of the band. As you do this, you should begin to feel the muscles on the outside of your hips and your glutes working. go for between 10 and 20 repetitions of this exercise. Okay, so you'll notice I'm about to fade out here. My chair was a little bit wobbly, so I replaced it with another one. Make sure you've got a good chair for doing your hip shuffles that we're going to go on to now. So same as last week, sitting up straight, tensing your core, you're shuffling your buttocks forward and backwards on the seat. Go for 2 lengths of the chair. If you really wanted to make these more challenging, you could try it with your feet off the ground. We're now going to work the muscles in our hips. So leg lifts from seated. The biggest thing with this exercise is to make sure that you keep your core engaged, your pelvis isn't rolling back and you're not slouching. That really means that the muscles in your hips are working hard. If that felt okay, give it a try lifting both feet off the ground at the same time. If you think about it, these muscles that you're working here are the ones that are used to lift your legs when you're walking, so it's really important that they get worked as well. Okay, so we're going to move into a standing series now for balance and walking, and if standing is too much for you, don't do it for very long or just stay on the seated ones that we've just done. So to begin with, it is just single leg balances, lifting one foot up at a time. Try and hold it for maybe a couple of seconds. I know that can be quite difficult. And if you're able to do that, you could try nose touches whilst you're doing that. And if you really wanted to be adventurous, you could try it with your eyes closed, but make sure that you are firmly holding on to the chair. We don't want any falls. Okay. So then onto a little bit of a leg strengthener. You're going to step forward as if you'd done a walk in stride. And then you're just transferring the weight from back to forward. And a series like this can really help to try and tackle freezing issues that some people might have. Just practice exaggerating the movements of walking. You can see I'm trying to think about it and getting it wrong. So as you transfer the weight from back to forward, exaggerate that arm swing and then take the other arm into it. And this could be something that you think about in your head if you ever do suffer from a freeze. It can be really stressful, I understand that. But if you have a set thought pattern to go through, that's been shown to help some people. Right, that was the most difficult out of the circuits. So if you want, you can repeat that again, but if you're feeling like that's enough, feel free to just do it once. Okay, grab your rolling pin, and we're going to be using it exactly as you would imagine. Straighten one leg and then push in on the muscles on the front of the leg using your rolling pin. You're trying to find slightly tight and tender parts in your muscle. Now, for any of you who have ever had a massage, it should be similar to that feeling. Spend a good bit of time doing this. Take as long as you need, maybe up to 2 minutes on each leg. I'm obviously rushing it a little bit for the purposes of the video. Okay, we'll move on to a hand stretch now. Same as last week, you're going to make a stop sign and pull your fingers back. I would encourage you to take as long as you need for this one, especially if you do have tightness in your hands. And then going the opposite way and onto the opposite hand. Okay, we'll do a little bit of dexterity. So as you can see there, I'm going thumb to index, thumb to middle, thumb to ring, and thumb to little finger. Just a good wee thing to practice. If you do get good at it, you can go eyes closed, then just opening and closing your hands. Now we're just going to finish off with a slightly modified sit to slouch, like we did at the start. So instead of looking up, we're just looking forward to finish with. Then turn your head to the side, each way, and slouch again. Now you might want to repeat that 6 times. I hope you enjoyed that and you're feeling good for having done it. If you are enjoying these videos, feel free to like and subscribe to my channel. I will try to keep putting content out as regularly as I can. Now, it's been really heartening to see the way over the past few weeks that communities have been pulling together to help each other out, despite physically moving apart into social isolation. And I would just urge anyone who maybe has health issues or who might struggle throughout this time to know that there are people in your corner who are willing to help. And should you wish to lean on us, it'll be our absolute pleasure to do what we can for you.